Hi, this is Randy Covitz from the Kansas City Star and Sam Mellinger, our columnist, to talk about the Chiefs. And who would have thought, Sam, that the Chiefs would enter this week 3-0 facing the New York Giants, who are 0-3?
It really is a case of how quickly things can turn in the NFL. I mean, I think this is sort of an annual deal with the Giants that, every year they start off slow. Those rabble-rousers in the New York media are going to start firing Tom Coughlin at any moment, and then they'll, make a run to the playoffs. It's been, sort of their pattern the last few years. But yeah, I mean, the Chiefs come in here, a 2-14 team from a year ago, and last I saw, they're a 4.5-point favorite, and that line makes a lot of sense. It's really a case of how quickly things can turn in the NFL, I think.
I liken this to 2010, the last time the Chiefs were 3-0, and they played the NFC West teams. That at that time that was the weak division in the NFL back before San Francisco and Seattle and even the Rams improved. Well, this year the NFC East seems to be the weak sister, and they've already taken care of Philadelphia and Dallas, and now they get the Giants.
Yeah, I think a lot of us it'll be curious to see what is going on inside that Giants locker room. I mean, this has the potential to be that kind of cornered animal, and you never know what kind of effort the Giants are going to give in response to really just no other way to say it but an embarrassing loss to the Carolina Panthers this past weekend. So, but that being said, the Giants are giving up 38 points per game, which is just absolutely incredible. 36, 41, and 38, I think, in their 3 games. So, I think a lot of us look at the Chiefs and we see a defense that is, maybe the best in all of the AFC, but an offense that maybe needs to move the ball a little bit more. And at least statistically, they're facing the right opponent this week.
Well, I don't know if the Chiefs are as good as their record or if the Giants are as bad as their record. I mean, the Chiefs got to play Jacksonville. That was a gimme. They play Dallas at home, and the home team should win that game, 2 evenly matched teams. And then they go to Philadelphia, and they're handed 10 points before the game even starts, and they basically won that game by that 10-point margin that they were handed on the fumbled punt and the interception return. The Giants had to open the season on the road in a primetime game at Dallas on a Sunday night, which was tough. Then they play at home against Denver, and we see what Denver's done. So you figure, okay, they'll go to Carolina, and even though it's on the road, they'll get well. And had they lost 28-21 or something like that, you can understand. It's tough to win against another team that was desperate at 0-2. But that it's hard to explain, that Carolina game. And so yes, well, the Giants, just a year removed from the Super Bowl, does Eli Manning and Justin Tuck and those guys, regain their form, or you might be looking at Tom Coughlin's last year.
Coaches talk about turnovers all the time as well, and most of the time that's kind of coach speak. But my goodness, in this game, I think the Chiefs are +9 in turnovers so far this year, and I think the Giants are -9 in turnovers this year. So that's obviously going to be a huge point. And you mentioned the Philadelphia game when the Chiefs are kind of gifted 10 points before the offense takes the field. That's going to be a really important part of this game against the Giants, because the Chiefs are, with that defense playing the way they are, and the offense that is sort of built on, making no mistakes and taking care of the ball, they're going to suck out the rest of the clock if that happens with the Giants again. If they can get those kinds of turnovers, I don't see how the Giants can win that game in Arrowhead Stadium. So that's a really important thing to keep track of.
And finally, we've made this point too with this NFC East schedule. Nobody knows these NFC East teams better than Andy Reid, and you can't minimize the importance of that. And he's faced the Giants twice a year for the last 14 years, so if anyone knows what buttons to push against the Giants, it's Andy Reid.